Welcome back to Man vs. Meeple, the show where we talk about everything board game related. Today, we are bringing you into the holiday season with a brand new game from Stronghold Games called Fabled Fruit. It is a 2 to 5 player game, ages 8 and up, and plays very quickly in about 20 to 25 minutes, David. They call it a Fable game.
Yes, it's called Fabled. It's not a legacy game, although a lot of people are using the term legacy to explain this game because it goes on over time. You can pack it up and then bring it out and pick up where you left off for quite some time.
Right.
I mean, to play this thing all the way through is probably going to take 12 15 hours, something like that. Yeah, but this is a nice little family-friendly set collection game at its heart. But like we said, it evolves over time, so it's really interesting how these cards come out.
So in the game, there are 59 unique juices, so to speak, which are cards, which are basically animals that give you unique abilities in the game. These cards are broken up into 2 different categories. Or 3 different categories. One is a number. There's 4 of each of the numbers in the game. Each of them give you a unique ability, which is kind of a summary at the top and then a full description at the bottom. And then a number of juices that you will need to, or fruits that you'll need to use in order to make this into a juice.
Right.
And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking cards from your hand and using those cards to create these juices on them.
Yeah, you're basically, everyone starts with 2 cards, so 2 different fruits or juices.
And there's 5 different fruits.
And there's 5 different ones. So you're basically collecting these cards, and to do that, you're going to each of these stacks as though they're an action space.
Like a worker placement space.
Almost like a worker placement space.
Right.
So you go there, you can use the action of the card, like you said, draw 2 fruits, draw back up to 3 fruits, all sorts of different things. That's where it gets really interesting with new cards as they come out. But then when you're handing your fruits in, you're actually taking one of those cards away. So eventually, you're going to eliminate some of these places to take actions, which is kind of cool. Because some of these actions that come out, you're like, oh, I don't like that action.
Right.
Let's get that off the board as soon as possible. So you try to fulfill that as quickly as you can.
So there's always 24 cards in the game, and that's represented by each of the stacks having 4 cards in them. When a card is removed, a brand new card from the stack comes in. And like this, which adds a whole new action to the game. So every 4th new action, or every 4th new card that's introduced will be a new action that is incorporated into the game. And that's where the kind of legacy or fable aspect of the game comes in. New tokens are added, new actions, new markets, new abilities.
Yeah, it really changes the game. It's not even just, it's too simplistic to say it's just new actions that come out here because they can really evolve the game. There's one that comes out pretty quickly that allows you to, like you said, add a market, where if you go there, you actually splay out some of the cards from the main deck,
cards,
and it's a market you're able to interact with in a number of ways. In fact, you're able to interact with it, and then another juice comes out very quickly after that that allows you to interact with that market in a totally different way.
Right. I've played through the game, not all the way through the game, but I've played with 3 different groups. And the highest I've gotten is to card number 18.
Oh, okay.
And it's very, very unique. I'm very excited to play all the way through this game. The mechanic in this game is super, super simple. It's very easy to play, very easy to set up, and basically, once a card is used, if you're playing with the same group, it simply goes back in the box and it's never seen again until you get all the way through all 59 unique cards.
Yeah, it's really interesting, too, because the game changes a little bit in terms of there's little interaction. In fact, there's very little interaction at first. Then there's some cards that come out, like that kangaroo.
Yeah.
Who really change things and really help let you mess with each other. But then I think it was maybe 2 cards after that comes out, gives you some safety and some defense against things like the kangaroo.
Yeah.
So the game, it's really fascinating, particularly on your first run through, discovering all these new cards as they come out. I think after a few plays, it might be fun, too, to kind of anticipate when things are coming out and how to deal with those. And so you'll be able to develop some strategies for dealing with those. Because when some of these animals come out, at first you're thinking, well, how am I going to use that? Oh, okay, I figured it out.
Right. We were talking about this earlier. Probably a fantastic filler game for like a constant game group. You know, come in for the night, play 2 or 3 games of this, record your settings, put all these cards that are left out back into a bag, come back in another week and play through it again.
Yeah, you made that point yesterday, and I thought it was a perfect example for how you could use this game. This is the ongoing filler.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need another filler for quite some time. In fact, I could see some people playing a game, getting this out for their filler, and then accidentally playing this for the rest of the night.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it could just be the filler, but you could let's just do another round and keep going.
Very cool mechanic, guys. Go check this one
Yeah.
out. It's called Fabled Fruit. We did talk to Stephen Bonacore at BGG Con. He said that this Fable aspect is going to be used again.
Yeah, we might see
excited
more
for that.
Fabled games.
Super excited for that. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. We also have our own Kickstarter up right now. Go check it out at Man vs. Meeple.
Please do.
And we'll catch you guys next time. And happy holidays, guys.
Bye-bye.
Season 1 of Man vs. Meeple is sponsored by TMG Games, publisher of great games like Yokohama, Guilds of London, and the soon-to-be-released Colosseum.